Hello, my friends, and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. King of the Hill action with Fall Classic Baseball today. This is game number 39 in our tournament, and we got a good one for you today. It's the 4-win Chicago White Sox battling to be all alone in second place with a win today against the 2-win 1950 Philadelphia Phillies, the Whiz Kids, who are now at 2 wins on their tournament. They need a winning streak to get into the playoff mix. On the mound, a couple of right-handers. Robin Roberts for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies against Bob Shaw for the Chicago Go-Go White Sox. These are two of my favorite teams. We are at Comiskey Park today for this ball game. Before we get to today's starting lineups, don't forget to check out channel membership in the link for this video. I've got another King of the Hill going on the member side of the channel. It's the Bad Baseball King of the Hill, and ooh, it's stinky. Ooh-wee. With channel membership, you get access to members-only exclusive videos. You get a free gift from me every month, and you get a discount on the secondary store, $10 off per set, $2 off per team. It's a great value. Check it out. And with no further ado, let's get to our lineups and batting orders and roll some King of the Hill baseball. For the visiting Philadelphia Phillies, leading off at first base, it's Eddie Waitkus. Batting second in center field, Richie Ashburn. Batting third and left field, Dick Sisler. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Del Ennis. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Willie Jones. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Granny Hamner. Batting seventh, the catcher, Andy Semenick. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Mike Goliat. And on the mound, Robin Roberts. 39 starts, 21 complete games, good for 304 innings. He was 20-11 in 1950. All right. For the homestanding Chicago White Sox, Louis Aparicio leads off at short. Nellie Fox bats second at second base. Jim Landis bats third in center field. Ted Kluszewski bats fourth. He's at first base. Sherm Lawler bats fifth. He'll catch. Al Smith bats sixth. He's in left field. Bubba Phillips bats seventh. He's at third base. And Jim Rivera bats eighth. He'll be in right field. On the mound, it's Bob Shaw. He won the White Sox only World Series game win in 1959. He was 18-6. 26 starts, 47 games, 231 innings, 8 complete games. He was a tough customer, and he gave those Dodgers fits in the World Series. He's on the mound here today against the 1950 Phillies. When we do Fall Classic Baseball, we do 2 D6s. The black D6 is the tens digit. The white D6 is the ones digit. And before we start, sometimes we need a D20. And before we start, we got to do see what kind of stuff our pitchers have today. We'll start with Bob Shaw. He has C stuff. And Robin Roberts has B stuff. And we're ready to go. Eddie Waitkus steps in the batter's box against Bob Shaw. And the delivery to Waitkus is hit on a line to center. Under it is Jim Landis, and there's one gone in the first inning. We're underway at Comiskey Park. Al Lopez managing the White Sox. Eddie Sawyer, the skipper of the Whiz Kids. The pitch from Shaw to Ashburn is going to be hit to right and playable for Jim Rivera. Jungle Jim makes the catch for out number 2, and Dick Sisler comes to the plate. With 2 outs and nobody aboard, and there's a drive by Sisler. It's going to be to right center and deep and off the wall. Jim Landis runs it down. Sisler around first. He's going to cruise into second with a 2-out double, and it'll bring up Del Ennis, the right fielder, with a chance to put the Phillies on top early. Shaw, the stretch, and the pitch to Ennis is a base hit. This goes to left field. Al Smith charging. He is going to fire toward the plate. And it's cut off as so Del Ennis drives home Sisler with the first run of the game, and it brings up Willie Jones. Hamner would be next. The delivery from Shaw to Puddinhead, and there's a base hit to center field. Let's see if Ennis is feeling adventurous. He stops at second. He's not feeling adventurous. 2 are on for Philadelphia now with 2 outs, and Granny Hamner comes to the plate. Shaw, the stretch, and the pitch to Hamner. Granny hits it in the air to left. Al Smith is under this one. He's got it for out number 3. But in the first inning, the Phillies break out on top with a run on 3 hits. They leave 2, and we go to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Whiz Kids. Robin Roberts with B stuff and a lead will take on Aparicio, Fox, and Landis in the Sox first inning. The delivery from Robin Roberts. Aparicio hits it to first. Eddie Waitkus gloves it. He's going to take it to the bag unassisted for out number 1. Nellie Fox comes to the plate. Roberts winds and deals to the American League MVP. Ground ball to short. Granny Hamner's up with it and fires on the run to Eddie Waitkus for out number 2. Here's Jim Landis. Roberts kicks and deals, and a base hit for Jim Landis. A 2-out single. He is aboard, and Ted Kluszewski comes to the plate. Could send him. Roberts the stretch. He's looking over at Landis. The delivery home. Landis is not going, and we're going to have an error check. But first, a strikeout check on a 1-2. He's going to get Big Clue. Nope, he doesn't. And it is an error check from Mike Goliat at second base. Goliat's error number is a 7 right there. So it's a bouncing ball to Goliat, and he gloves it and makes the play to Waitkus for out number 3. The Sox get a base runner, but can't do anything with him. We go to the second, and it's the Phillies 1 and the White Sox nothing. The king of the hill is the 59 White Sox ball club. Shaw will face Seminole, Goliat, and Roberts, the 7-8-9 hitters in Eddie Sawyer's batting order today. The pitch from Shaw will have a error check. This will be a strikeout on a 1. No. The error check will be for the catcher. And we'll go to the exotic chart if there is an error. Sherm Lawler's error number is a 1. He's going to make the play to first base. Firing down to Big Clue for out number 1 in the second. Now Mike Goliat, Robin Roberts on deck. The pitch from Bob Shaw, and we'll have another error check, but first a strikeout check on a 1. He strikes him out. Nope. The error check will be for Louis Aparicio. Aparicio's error number is a 6. Bouncing ball to Aparicio. He gloves it to his left. Cuts it off from going up the middle. Plants and throws to Big Clue for out number 2. Here comes Robin Roberts. Ordinarily, Roberts, pretty good hitter. Only 118 on the 1950 season. He was also used as a pinch runner. Shaw, the stretch, or the windup, excuse me, and the delivery, and there is a ball 4 to Robin Roberts. So a 2-out base runner for the Phillies, and it brings up Waitkus. Bob Shaw, the stretch, and the pitch to the 0-for-1 Waitkus, and that will be hit in the air to center. It's going to drive Landis back a few steps, but he's got room and puts it away for out number 3. We've played an inning and a half, and it's the Phillies 1, the White Sox nothing. Robin Roberts will face Sherm Lawler, Al Smith, and Bubba Phillips, a trio of right-handed batters in the bottom of the second for the White Sox. The pitch. And it's hit to left center. On the run is Richie Ashburn, and he gets there for out number 1. Al Smith comes to the plate now. The delivery from Roberts is swung on by Smith and hit to third. Willie Jones gloves it by the third base bag and fires across the diamond to Eddie Waitkus for out number 2. Bubba Phillips comes to the plate now. Jim Rivera would be next. The pitch from Roberts is hit in the air and deep to left. Back goes Sisler. Did he get it? It's gone. Bubba Phillips takes Robin Roberts into the left field bleachers, and there is a first run for the White Sox. We're tied at 1. Jim Rivera comes to the plate with 2 outs. Bob Shaw would be next. A bomb from Phillips. He's probably been their best clutch hitter in this tournament. The pitch. He might hit him. He does not hit him. Instead, it's hit to right. Over by the foul line is Del Ennis, and he's going to make the catch for out number 3. But the Sox, in inning number 2, get a bomb from Phillips and tie this game at 1. Top of the third coming, it'll be Ashburn, Sisler, and Ennis, the 2, 3, 4 batters in Eddie Sawyer's order, coming up against Bob Shaw. Ashburn's 0-for-1. Shaw kicks and deals, and there's a base hit to center field. A 64 hopper that just gets past Nellie Fox. Jim Landis collects it and throws it back in, and here's Dick Sisler. Shaw the stretch and the pitch to Sisler. Hit in the air to left, but not deep. Coming in is Al Smith, and he's got it for out number 1. Retreating to first is Richie Ashburn, and Del Ennis will come up now. Double play target if they can get him to hit it on the ground. The stretch by Shaw and the delivery to Ennis. Got to the kitchen. Oh, my God, I smell gas. It's a ranch, Jack. All right, here we go. A 53 first will do the strikeout check on a 1. He struck him out. Wow. He had a 5% chance of that happening, and Ennis goes down on a bender. First strikeout for Shaw. There's 2 gone now in the third, and Willie Jones comes up. The delivery from Shaw to Jones is a grounder to short. Aparicio goes the short way to Nellie Fox, and that'll retire the Phillies in inning number 3. We go to the bottom of the third. I'll get it out. Don't worry. And your score. The Phillies won and the White Sox won. Robin Roberts will face Bob Shaw. And then the top of the White Sox order, Louis Aparicio and Nellie Fox. The delivery from Robin Roberts. Bob Shaw, a notoriously bad hitter, lines 1 to left. Coming in on the run is Sisler, and he makes a nice running catch for out number 1. Aparicio now 0-for-1. Roberts kicks and deals. Louis Aparicio hits one on the ground to second. Mike Goliat to his left cuts it off from going into right field. Plants and throws to Wakus for out number 2. Nellie Fox now. 0 for 1 for Nellie. Jim Landis would be next. Roberts kicks and deals, and that's ball 4 to Nellie Fox. The Sox get a 2-out base runner. Landis looking to hit a gapper and put the Sox in front. Roberts the stretch and the delivery. And Landis rips this one to left and deep. Dick Sisler on the track near the wall makes the catch for out number 3. One more biscuit for breakfast, and Jim Landis puts the Sox in front. But no, we go to the 4th, and we're tied. Phillies 1, White Sox 1. Bob Shaw and Robin Roberts locked up. Granny Hamner, Andy Semenick, and Mike Goliat coming up for the Phils in the 4th. The delivery from Bob Shaw is swung on by Hamner and hit on a line to center. Jim Landis is there and makes the catch for out number 1. Andy Semenick now 0 for 1 in this game. The delivery from Shaw, and there's a base hit for Semenick to left field. Drops in front of Al Smith. He's aboard, 1 on, 1 out for the Phillies, and Goliat comes up. Robin Roberts is on deck. Goliat 0 for 1. Shaw the stretch and the pitch to the Phillies second baseman. And it's hit to right. Over by the line is Rivera. He's got it for out number 2. Robin Roberts comes up with Semenick still at first and 2 men out, so the Phillies will turn over the batting order in this inning. Shaw the stretch and the delivery to the Phillies pitcher. He struck him out on a bender. He gave him the old jelly leg. And that will retire the Phillies in the 4th. We go to the bottom of 4. We got a 1-1 game. Roberts will face Klazuski, Lawler, and Smith, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Al Lopez in the bottom of the 4th. Robin kicks and deals. Klazuski swings and hits it to second. Goliat up with it and throws to Wakus for out number 1. Sherm Lawler at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Roberts winds and delivers. This could be not a base hit. Instead, it's knocked down by Willie Puddinhead Jones. He picks it up and fires to Wakus. They get Lawler by a step. 2 down in the 4th, and it's Al Smith. He's 0 for 1. Roberts winds and delivers. Al Smith goes down swinging. He brought the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas. First strikeout for Roberts. We're through 4. Sox 1, Phillies 1. Top of the order coming for the Phillies in inning number 5. Waitkus, Ashburn, and Sisler, a trio of left-handed batters. The delivery from Shaw to Waitkus will be a strikeout check, first of all. On a 1, did he get him? Oh, he almost did. Error check instead for Louis Aparicio. He's a 6. Ground ball to Louis. He's up with it and throws to Big Clue for out number 1. In inning number 5, Waitkus is 0 for 3. Richie Ashburn's 1 for 2, and here he comes to hit against Bob Shaw. Shaw winds and delivers. This will be on the ground to Nellie Fox. He's up with it and throws to Clue for out number 2. Dick Sisler is 1 for 2. Del Ennis would be next. Sisler scored the Phillies' only run back in the 1st. The pitch is ball 4. Sisler on base again. Ennis looking to hit a long one and put the Phillies in front. Bob Shaw the stretch and the delivery to Del Ennis. He swings. And hits it on the ground to Aparicio. Louis makes a nice play. Cuts it off, going up the middle. Flips to Fox the short way for the putout. And that will retire the Phillies in the 5th. We're halfway through this one, and we've decided nothing. It's the Phillies 1 and the Sox 1. Robin Roberts will get the bottom third of the White Sox order in the bottom of the 5th. Bubba Phillips, Jim Rivera, and Bob Shaw. Bubba Phillips put the Sox on the board in the 2nd with a solo homer. The pitch to him now, and we'll have a strikeout check, 1-2. No. And it'll be an error check for Granny Hamner. Hamner's error number a little high at a 12. See if he fumbles this one. And he makes the play to Eddie Waitkus for out number 1 in the 5th. Here's Jungle Jim Rivera. Bob Shaw on deck. Roberts kicks and deals to Rivera. And it's hit to left. Can of corn for Dick Sisler. And there's 2 gone in the Sox 5th. Here comes Bob Shaw, or as I like to call him, out number 3. The delivery by Roberts is and it's catcher's interference. He swings, and his bat hits Semenuk's glove. He gets awarded first base, so he's not out number 3. It'll be Aparicio coming up with Shaw at first and 2 men out. Roberts the stretch and the delivery to Louis. He hits a comebacker to Robin Roberts, who gloves it and throws to Waitkus, and that will retire the White Sox in inning number 5. We go to the 6th, and we are locked up in a good one. We got another good game. Man, alive. We've had a string of them. It's the Sox 1 and the Phillies 1. Willie Jones, Granny Hamner, Andy Semenuk, 5, 6, 7 hitters. Coming up for Philadelphia in inning number 6. Shaw kicks and deals. We'll have an error check, but first, a strikeout check, and no. The error check will be for Bubba Phillips, as Willie Jones hits it to his counterpart at third. Bubba Phillips' error number is an 8. And Bubba gloves this one to his left, plants and throws to Big Clue for out number 1 in the 6th. Coming up now is Philly shortstop Granny Hamner, the man they say got the most big hits for the Whiz Kids in 1950. Shaw winds and deals. Hamner hits it in the air to center. This is going to drive Landis back a few steps, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 2. Andy Semenuk comes up now. He's 1 for 2. Mike Goliat would be next. Shaw winds and deals. Got to the kitchen. Oh my God, it's a range check. Hit to third. More action for Bubba Phillips, whose range at third is a 12. Excuse me. Phillips, it's by him. He knocks it down. It rolls toward Aparicio. Louis got no play. It's an infield hit for Semenuk. And it'll bring up Goliat. Robin Roberts would be next. The stretch by Shaw and the delivery to Mike Goliat is a line drive caught by a leaping Louis Aparicio, and that will retire the Phillies in inning number 6. We go to the bottom of 6 with your score. Philadelphia 1, Chicago 1. Robin Roberts will face the 2, 3, 4 hitters in Al Lopez lineup. Nellie Fox, Jim Landis, Ted Kluszewski. Fox is 0 for 1 with a walk. Roberts kicks and deals to him. And that's going to be a base hit for Nellie Fox to center field. Richie Ashburn collects it and throws it back in. There is the potential go-ahead run. Jim Landis comes to the plate, and they're going to have him lay one down. Roberts deals, Landis squares, and gets it down toward Eddie Waitkus at first. Waitkus turns and flips to Mike Goliat covering, and that'll move Nellie Fox to second base for Ted Kluszewski. Sherm Lawler is on deck. Roberts the stretch, and the pitch to Big Clue is hit to first. Gloved by Waitkus to his right. He's going to feed Roberts covering, and that'll retire Kluszewski as Fox moves to third with 2 outs now, and Sherm Lawler comes up. The go-ahead run is 90 feet away, but there are 2 outs. The stretch by Roberts, and the delivery is swung on by Lawler, and a line drive at Roberts' head. He catches it in self-defense. That will retire the side. So the Sox get a man all the way over to third, but cannot bring him in. We go to the 7th. It's the Phillies 1 and the Sox 1. Good game. Roberts will lead off the 7th, and he'll be followed by Waitkus and Ashburn 9-1-2 in the Phillies order against Bob Shaw. Let's talk about stamina. Shaw can face 32 hitters before stamina may become an issue. He has faced 26. Robin Roberts, on the other hand, can go 36 batters before that may be a problem. He has faced 23. So Shaw kicks and deals to Robin Roberts. And it's a comebacker to Bob Shaw. Shaw takes a couple steps toward Big Clue and lobs him the ball for out number 1. Eddie Waitkus now has an 0 for 3 collar going. Shaw winds and deals, and we've got a ballpark check. A ballpark check, our first one of the day. And Waitkus with a base hit. He is running hard. He is rounding first, and he is heading to second. Jim Landis collects the ball. He is firing toward Louis Aparicio at second. Waitkus with the headlong dive, and he's in there with a double. Waitkus stretches the single into a double. He's in scoring position with 1 out now for Richie Ashburn. And that'll start action in the Sox bullpen. Turk Lone and Rudy Arias start to throw. It's lefty-righty double-barreled action. Just the way Al Lopez likes it whenever he's in the Windy City. The stretch by Shaw. The delivery to Ashburn is going to be a range check after we check for a strikeout. No. The range check will be for Nellie Fox. And that will be a 16 on the range. Nellie Fox covered some ground. To his left, he gloves it and throws to Big Clue for out number 2 as Waitkus goes to third base. With 2 outs now, it's Sisler with a chance to put the Phillies in front. Could walk him here and go after the righty-righty matchup. But that's Del Ennis, and that's no picnic. So, Shaw continues. The windup and the delivery. This is another ballpark check. Sisler pops it up toward the third base stands, Bubba Phillips, it's out of play. Somebody from Evergreen Park caught that one. And now it'll be Sisler again. Shaw the windup. Sisler delivers a base hit. And Waitkus jogs home with run number 2 and the go-ahead run for Philadelphia. It's 2-1 Phillies in the top of the 7th. Here is Del Ennis. This may be Shaw's last batter. The stretch. He checks Sisler. The delivery to Ennis. We'll have another range check unless we have a strikeout, which we don't. The range check will be for Nellie Fox. Nellie gloves it, throws to Klaczewski, and that retires the side. But the Phillies get a run. Not easy to do in this game today. And take the lead on 2 hits. They leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch them out in Chicago with no sign of Harry Carey or organist Nancy Faust. With your score, the Phillies 2 and the Sox 1. Robin Roberts is doing fine for stamina, but Jim Constanti, the 1950 National League MVP, is warming up in the bullpen. Roberts in the bottom of the 7th will face Al Smith, Bubba Phillips, and Jim Rivera. Smith is 0 for 2. The pitch from Roberts. Hey, struck out Smith on a bender. He got him for the 2nd time in the game. 1 gone in the 7th, and here's Bubba Phillips. Bubba is 1 for 2. The windup by Roberts and the delivery, and hey, struck out. Oh, no, he didn't. Phillips got a piece of it. To center, weakly hit, coming in quickly is Richie Ashburn, and there's 2 away in the White Sox 7th. Now it's Jim Rivera. The windup and the delivery to Jim Rivera, and this is going to be strike 3 called. Made him look sick. That will retire the Sox in the 7th. We go to the 8th with your score. The Phillies 2 and the Sox 1. Turk Lohan and Rudy Arias, are ready in the White Sox bullpen. The 1977 Kansas City Royals are in the airport in Kansas City, waiting to know where they are going to be flying to. Will they be flying to Philadelphia to take on the Phillies? Or are they flying to Chicago to take on the White Sox in King of the Hill game number 40? We're in the top of the 8th. The Phillies hold a slim 2-1 lead. Willie Jones, Granny Hamner, Andy Semenick coming up in the 8th. Bob Shaw looking tired, standing out there on the mound. Willie Jones is 1 for 3, and the pitch from Shaw swung on by the third baseman and a comebacker to Bob Shaw. He gloves it and throws to Ted Klaczewski for out number 1. Granny Hamner comes to the plate. Now he's 0 for 3. Shaw kicks and deals to Hamner, and a base hit for Granny Hamner. This goes to right field. Granny goes the other way. Jim Rivera gets it back in, and here comes Al Lopez. That's going to bring the end of Bob Shaw's day. Turk Lohan is going to come on, and we're going to get a double switch here in the 8th inning. So, Shaw is done after 7 1/3. He allowed 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 base hits. He walked 2. He struck out 2. He allowed 2 runs. They're both earned. Hamner at first base is also his responsibility. Coming on is one of the studs in the 59 White Sox bullpen, Turk Lohan. Turk Lohan was in 60 games, 93 innings pitched. He was 9-2 with 15 saves in 1959. He's a right-hander. Billy Goodman is going to come on. He is going to bat ninth. Bubba and Goodman is going to play third base. Bubba Phillips comes out of the game. Turk Lone will bat seventh in Phillips' spot. Goodman will bat ninth and play third base. See what kind of stuff Turk Lone has today. He has A stuff. And he'll face Semenuk first. Hamner's at first. There's one man out. We're in the eighth. Lone the stretch. The pitch to Semenuk. And that's drilled by Semenuk, and it's going to be extra bases. To center field, it's going to one-hop the wall. Stopping at third is Hamner as the Sox execute the cutoff expertly. And Hamner and Semenuk are both in scoring position with one out for Goliat. The infield is going to come in for the White Sox. Standing in the on-deck circle is Robin Roberts. The stretch by Lone and the delivery to Goliat is a base hit. Hamner will score. Semenuk will, let's see. Got to check Landis' arm. Semenuk will score. And it's 4-1 White Sox on a 2 RBI single by Mike Goliat. Robin Roberts breathing a little easier now. And Waitkus is on deck. All right, Arias is ready in the bullpen. Jerry Staley has joined him. The delivery to Robin Roberts. He squares to bunt and bunts it foul for strike number 3. Here comes Waitkus with Ashburn to follow, and we're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be Arias for the lefty-lefty matchup. Lone, 1/3 of an inning, 2 hits. He gave up an inherited runner, and he gave up one of his own. Not a good performance by Turk, who normally is pretty tough. Arias comes on, 34 innings, 44 innings, 2-0 with a couple of saves in 1959. He's a lefty, and he's facing the left-handed Waitkus with the left-handed Ashburn on deck. The stretch by Rudy and the delivery. Oh, we got to see what kind of stuff he's got. He has B stuff. And that's going to be a base hit for Ashburn. Let's see where Goliat is headed. He will, I believe, stop at second. No, he's going to third. Phillies at the corners with 2 outs now for Ashburn, who's 1 for 4. Dick Sisler, another left-handed batter, is in the on-deck circle. Throwing next to Staley is going to be Barry Latman. So Latman and Staley are throwing. Arias, the stretch, and the pitch to Richie Ashburn is a base hit. This will bring home the 5th run for the Phillies. Stopping at second will be Waitkus. The Phillies now take a 4-run lead on these White Sox. It's 5-1, and here's Dick Sisler, who's having a big day at 2 for 3 with a walk. Del Ennis would be next. The stretch by Arias and the delivery. Sisler swings and hits a comebacker to Arias. He lobs one to Klazuski, and that will retire the Phillies in the 8th, but they get 3 big runs on 5 hits. They leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Phillies are 6 outs away from hosting the 1977 Kansas City Royals in our next game. Robin Roberts is going to look to close the deal. The bottom of the order coming for the Sox. It's Billy Goodman, and then we'll get Aparicio and Fox 9-1-2. Roberts winds and deals to Billy Goodman. And that's going to be a base hit for the New Sox third baseman. But Roberts has plenty of stamina left. Constanti starts to throw again in the Phillies bullpen. Aparicio 0 for 3. Fox on deck. Roberts the stretch and the delivery to Louis Aparicio is hit on a line to left. Coming on is Dick Sisler. And he's got it for out number 1. Retreating to first is Billy Goodman, and Nellie Fox comes up now. He's 1 for 2. The stretch by Roberts and the pitch to Fox is hit to third base. Puddinhead gloves it to his left. He fires to Goliath for 1, and a hard slide from Billy Goodman breaks up 2. Fox beats the rap at first. Goodman is out 5-4. Fox safe on the fielder's choice, and here's Jim Landis. He's 1 for 2. Robin Roberts the stretch and the delivery to Landis. Hit in the air to right, high but not deep. Del Ennis is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. We go to the 9th with your score. The Phillies 5 and the Sox 1. Ennis, Jones, and Hamner coming up in the Phillies' 9th inning. We're going to get a new pitcher for the White Sox. It's going to be Barry Latman. He is a right-hander, and he will be batting in the number 7 spot, should things go that far in the White Sox batting order. Arias goes a third of an inning, allows 2 hits, 2 more runs to score. They're charged to Turk Lone. Barry Latman, 37 games, 21 starts, 5 complete games. He was a 23-year-old in 1959. 156 innings, he was 8-5, and he's on to pitch the 9th inning for Al Lopez. Ennis 1 for 4. The pitch from Latman to, let's see what kind of stuff he's got. He's got C stuff. Ennis swings, and a line drive right at Billy Goodman's head. At third base, he's got it for out number 1. Willie Puddinhead Jones comes to the plate. He's 1 for 4. Granny Hamner on deck. Latman kicks and deals, and Jones draws a walk. 1 on, 1 out for the Phillies in the 9th. Granny Hamner is 1 for 4. The stretch and the delivery by Latman is hit in the air to center. This is going to drive Landis back a few steps, but he's got room and makes the catch for out number 2. Andy Semenuk's had a big day. He is 3 for 4. Goliath would be next, the delivery. And hey, struck out Semenuk. And that will retire the Phillies in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Robin Roberts going to try and finish the ball game. With your score, the Phillies 5 and the White Sox 1. Stay tuned after the game. We'll bring you up to date on the standings in the tournament and the pitching matchups for the next game in our King of the Hill tournament. Robin Roberts dealing to Ted Kluszewski. He winds and deals to Big Clue. Hit in the air to center. Not deep. Under it is Richie Ashburn, and there's 1 away. Sherm Lawler is 0 for 3, and he's up there now. Roberts kicks and deals, and Sherm gets a hold of 1. It's to left. Back goes Dick Sisler, and it's gone. A 5-2 ball game now as Roberts hung a breaking ball to Sherm Lawler, and he lost it for him. Constanti is standing on a mound in the Phillies bullpen. He's ready to go. Eddie Sawyer on the top step of the dugout. Roberts will face Al Smith. This may be his last batter. 0 for 3 is Smith, the delivery. Smith swings and hits one to short. Granny Hamner charges, throws on the run, and that retires Smith. And it makes a pinch hitter for Barry Lapman, the Last Chance Saloon. And that is going to be Norm Cash. Norm Cash, the rookie, will bat for Barry Lapman. Jim Rivera is on deck should Cash reach. Norm Cash, the Last Chance Saloon. Robin Roberts winds and delivers. We'll have a range check unless he strikes him out on a 1-2, and no. Here's the range check. That'll be for Mike Goliat. Goliat's range is an 11. He runs to his left, and it's by him into right field. Yep, it's by him into right field, and, oh no, wait a minute, plus throwing error. Got to do an error check. Goliat's error number is a 7. We could have a single and an error, and we do. Goliat knocked it down, picked it up, and threw it past Eddie Wakus. That's going to get Cash to second. And Jim Rivera comes on. 5-2 ball game. Rivera is not yet the tying run. Roberts trying to finish it. He's on fumes. He's leaking oil. Roberts the stretch and the pitch to Jungle Jim. This is a comebacker to Roberts. He gloves it. Takes 3 steps toward Wakus. Throws him the ball. And the Whiz Kids are our new king of the hill. What a ball game. All right, here are your totals for the visiting and victorious Philadelphia Phillies of 1950. 5 runs, 13 base hits, and they committed, I believe, catcher's interference is an error. I'm going to say it is. That would be 2 errors. And the White Sox, 2 runs, both on home runs for the Go-Go Sox, but just 5 hits allowed by Robin Roberts, and the White Sox committed no errors. Winning pitcher is Robin Roberts. The loss goes to Bob Shaw. All right, now let's take a look at the tournament standings and the pitching matchups for our next game. All right, with the victory, the 1950 Philadelphia Phillies get their 3rd win and earn themselves a tie for 3rd place with the 1952 New York Yankees. Our next game will be number 40 in our tournament. The 1950 Phillies will host the 1977 Kansas City Royals at Shibe Park. The Royals have 1 win. The Phillies have 3. If the Phillies win, they will be in a 3-way tie for 2nd place with the 75 Reds and the 69 Orioles and the 59 White Sox. It'll be a 4-way tie. The Royals win, they'll start maybe getting going a little bit. They have been a disappointment in the tournament. They are sitting at 1 win. The pitching matchup in that game will be a pair of left-handers. It's going to be for the visiting Kansas City Royals left-hander Andy Hassler. And he is going to be opposed by Phillies left-hander Kurt Simmons. Should be an interesting ball game. I do hope you'll join us. Don't forget to check out channel membership in the description for this video. You get a whole bunch of good stuff. A gift from me every month. You get discounts on the secondary store and access to members-only exclusive videos. So that will do it for tonight. Your final from Comiskey Park in Chicago, the Philadelphia Phillies of 1950 5 and the 1959 Chicago White Sox 2. Thanks for being with me. Hope you have a good evening. So long, everybody.